Hey everybody, it's Pastor Laretha, and you know what time it is? It is lunch break. So I want to come to you today and share my thoughts with you. Today, my topic is I don't have time to stop. And what made me think about this was the fact that sometimes we have so much going on in life and we're focused on a specific area. And what happens is that when we become so focused on that one thing that we know that we need to accomplish, something will always seem to get in the way. Something will always seem to hinder us from accomplishing those things that we have been assigned to do or whatever we've signed up to do. So not having time to stop. I began to think about the story of Lot's wife when God was preparing to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot and his family, the angels went and told Lot and his family that they had to get out of there because God was about to destroy the city. But what I like the most about that story is that Lot saw a piece of land over yonder. I'm going to say yonder. Saw a piece of land and he wanted to flee. Although it was still close to Sodom and Gomorrah, he was granted that favor to flee there. But as they prepared to leave the city, run away from the city, they said, "Don't look back." So Lot's wife looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. So my question for you today is, what are you looking back for? Your past does not define you. Your past does not interfere with your future as long as you have trust in God and as long as you believe God for the things that you want or the things that you need, the things that are to come. Our future is ahead of us, and God has already written our life story. I'm so reminded today that we have to set boundaries in our lives. We have to set boundaries when it comes to friends, when it comes to family. We have to set boundaries even when it comes to, our paychecks, when we're spending money and paying bills. We have to be careful of the things that we accumulate, because at one point or another, it's going to either destroy you or it's going to advance you in some type of way, shape, fashion, or form. So my story about not looking back, I remember having to move to a different state and having to pack all of my things, even moving from a place to another place. Remembering having to pack some things and knowing that I would not go back into that home or that apartment, it strengthened me, because I knew that, when you get into a place, you're only there for a season. It's only temporary, and your season could be anywhere from a year. Your season could be 20 years. But when we start to look back on the things of our past and carrying these things over into the future, sometimes we tend to hinder the things that we desire the most. We tend to hinder the assignments that are upon our lives just because we're looking back at things that used to be old relationships, old jobs, and we get set in our ways when we think about things in the past. So my words to you today, and I want you to be encouraged, because you have to set a boundary line somewhere and not allow your mind to fall back into the things that used to be. I encourage you today to just continue to press play forward and don't make any time to look back. Looking back causes a lot of distractions in our lives, and I don't think that sometimes people realize how important it is to stay focused. Sometimes I hear people saying, "Oh, he talked about me," or "she talked about me," and "they talked about me." Jesus didn't care what they said about him. He knew that he had a commission, the Great Commission, to complete, and that's exactly what he did. Now is not the time to stop, to listen to he say, she say. Now is not the time to stop because you feel like you can't go forward, because you have the ability to do so. The word of the Lord says, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. You don't have time to stop, people of God. I want you to continue to just press, continue to look ahead for the things that are to come in your life. Don't look back. Even Jacob, when he was running from Esau, though he stole his brother's birthright, he ran. He looked ahead and he ran, and he did not look back at that point. So now is the time, and now is the season. Don't stop. You don't have time to stop. Thank you for joining me on Lunch Break. We'll see you again next week. Be blessed.